Hey, it's Danny and Jimmy from Pack Your Passports,
where we show you that real families can travel too.
down the hill. We just had to chase the suitcases all the way down the hill. That was funny.
All right, welcome to sunny Australia. At the airport. So we flew into the Brisbane, Australia airport. It was a long flight, like 14 hours. The kids slept kind of a lot, which was amazing. And we stayed right in the heart of the CBD, the Central Business District, which is like the downtown area of Brisbane. And we knew that there was going to be a lot of stuff to do. We knew that it was like a really cool, vibrant city. But once we got there, we were just like so pleasantly surprised that there was just like more than we could imagine. So much cool stuff for the kids, so much cool stuff for us. There were parks, there were places to eat, there were places to play, places to see and go, and museums, and so much cool stuff. So here's a few of our favorite things from the city, especially things that were kind of like close to the CBD.
by far one of our favorite places to go was South Bank. It was amazing. It's so beautiful. There were tons of things to do. It's just, covered with amazing restaurants and movies. But our favorite part, shopping.
Easy access to train stations, buses, so much cool stuff. But our favorite part was Max Brenner.
That part was really good too. But
our favorite part was South Bank Beach.
South Bank Beach is a man-made pool with a sand beach right next to it, a huge splash pad, which was awesome.
Like water features, not just like like a river with water coming from everywhere. It was so cool. There was literally so much for the kids to do. There was so much for us to do. Like, it was fun for us to go. We wanted to go anytime it was really hot and sunny. Even though we had a pool right at our apartment, South Bank Beach was like the place.
It was right along the river, so you could just see the city right there. And we were next to the beach, which
seriously,
is a unique experience.
You don't ever get a chance to like sit on the beach and soak up the sun and then like look up and there's a huge city skyline in front of you, because the way that beaches work, they break down the beach for you. Beaches are on the coast, and so to have a beach, like when you look out, you see the ocean. But at South Bank Beach, you get to see the whole city skyline. It's like really incredible.
Really, really cool.
I wanna hold the whole wide world right here in my open hands. And maybe I'm just a little girl with great big plans. I'm gonna go and take a chance. I'm gonna learn to ballet dance, learn a little something about romance. I'm gonna go and take a chance. I'm gonna live a crazy dream, impossible as it may seem. Doesn't matter what the future brings, I'm gonna live a crazy dream. And I wanna hold the whole wide world right here in my open hands. And maybe I'm just a little girl with great big plans. I wanna hold the whole wide world right here in my open hands. And maybe I'm just a little girl with great big plans. You tell me, don't try it. I'm warning you that I won't buy it.
So after a week, we moved out of the hotel that we were staying at and got into the apartment that we had booked for the first month in Brisbane. And one of the first places we went to was a place called Mount Cootha. It's just right outside the city, and it has this really cool like overlook. You can drive right up, and there's a parking lot and some restaurants, and you can see out over the whole city. It was really, really cool for us. You'll see in the videos, there's actually still like a little bit of haze from some of the wildfires. Luckily, that haze is long gone because it's been raining for 18 years straight here where we're staying. Please send help. Send help. But it was super cool just to be able to see the whole city and get a lay of the land, because we had just kind of gotten there, and it was fun. Got to go fly the drone and get some really cool perspectives of just everything around the city. So it was a really cool lookout. The kids loved it. We loved it.
So we're not really city people, we're more like suburb people, but Brisbane instantly felt like home to us. The kids probably had like the most fun unpacking all of their things in the apartment.
Yes, for sure.
Setting up their room the way they wanted it. It was really, really cute. They spent like an hour doing that.
Just organizing everything. Like, we had everything packed into these little, like we each have our own little carry-on. And then we had like 2 huge suitcases, and so we got there and the kids were just loving like putting their little stuff on their own little shelves and organizing their toys in their closets, setting up their beds, like putting their stuffed animals, like they just loved it.
Yeah, we just fell in love with Brisbane instantly, and I think Maverick even started to swim like right away. He just all of a sudden could swim.
Went from like literally like, you know, would swim 5 feet to all of a sudden just like diving in, like doesn't even care, like belly flopping, face under the water, swimming across the whole pool. Like it was nuts.
Literally on our very first day at the pool, Maverick hasn't even touched the water yet. He goes up to the side of the pool, turns around so he's backwards. He's like, Mom, I'm gonna do a backflip. What are you talking about?
No, you're not.
No, I'm just kidding, normal.
Please don't do a backflip.
But yeah, so he has learned how to swim, like completely, 100%. And even Kinsley has learned how to swim.
Yeah, so
pretty well by herself.
We started looking into, like, before we left Australia, maybe going snorkeling. And we told Kinsley and Maverick, like, you guys need to learn, you know, to swim with the mask and like swim with the snorkel if you're gonna be able to do it. And Kinsley was like all over it. She's like, I want to do it, I want to learn, like I can do it. And so like Danny started having her practice like putting her face in the water and like holding her breath, and like 5 minutes later she's just like swimming, like doesn't even care, you know, and like she can swim from one point to another, but she can't like just like catch a breath and then keep swimming. But she just didn't even care. She was like, yeah, let me swim to you, okay, now let me swim to the edge. Like she was just totally into it.
Yeah, she could not be underwater long enough. She just wanted to stay down there.
Legitimately.
And, like, never wanted to take a breath.
The second she came back up, she's like, okay, let's go underwater again. And like, immediately. It was crazy.
It was super fun.
So it's like Brisbane has kind of become this place where like, if you can remember the first house that you lived in when you had your first kids, or you remember where your kids took their first steps or whatever, like Brisbane became that place for us because of all these firsts that we were experiencing with the kids. So it's really cool.
Well, you can tell we've done a lot of swimming.
Yes.
Swimming.
Mm-hmm.
Swimming.
Yeah.
And more swimming.
Yeah, we did some swimming. And we did some tanning. Like we laid out in the sun and got little tannins, whatever.
A little bit.
Yeah. But mostly swimming.
This is so good.
Yummy.
What?
So delicious.
So delicious. What's that, man?
I got new torpedoes. I got 4.
For what?
Hey,
What'd you do with it? What's it for?
and we can throw it. I can throw it in the water, and then I can jump in and try to get it.
One funny thing in Australia is chicken flavored everything. Everything. Like everything is chicken flavored. Why? What is going on in here? Are you being sneaky?
Yeah.
Is that a good thing? Is it good to be sneaky or not so good?
Tasty.
I know it's tasty. You guys know that you should ask first, right? Well, now we need to have breakfast because you've already had crackers. So let's go wash our hands, okay? No more being sneaky, okay?
Okay. I'm not gonna eat it or support.
So another cool place that we went, another cool outing, was to the Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary. It was like amazing. We got to touch the koalas. We got to say hi to the koalas. You could have held the koalas. We didn't wait for that one, but we petted the koalas. We touched the kangaroos. We dang near rode the kangaroos down to the store. Like, we were freaking, just kidding. We fed them, we touched them, we loved them, we laid with them, laid next to them in the dirt.
We did a lot of really cool things, and we have a whole separate video about just Lone Pine, and you can check that out here.
Bing. The wildlife is just so different. There's things that they only have here in Australia, and so it was just so important for us to get the kids like really involved in to be able to see and experience the wildlife, because we see deer and we see, you know, raccoons and like whatever else. I don't know. What do they have in?
We don't see much
Las
of
Vegas?
anything in Vegas.
There's like nothing
Pigeons.
in Las Vegas. There's pigeons. They have some animals here, including the platypus, by the way, duck-billed platypus the kids got to see. Insert video here. You just don't see it in the US, like we don't have it. So it was important for us to expose the kids to those animals, and you know, later in their life that they're gonna be able to be like, yeah, I've touched a koala, like I've held a koala, I've played with kangaroos, like that's all gonna be stuff that they've done and experienced. So that was a big thing for us to do here in Australia for the kids, was to be able to get them some really important time like experiencing the animals for themselves.
Absolutely. One thing we definitely did a lot of in Brisbane is eat. Oh
We ate so
my
much.
gosh, we ate so much.
Imagine walking like 8 miles every day and not losing a pound because of how the food that you ate. That's what we did in Brisbane.
There were so many good restaurants. There was this place called Eat Street that just had tons and tons of amazing and like way different types of food.
Really creative, interesting, like almost like food truck type vibes, but like 100 different places.
It was so cool, and it's a permanent place, so it's not food trucks, like they all are set up, and it's only open on the weekends. It's this really fun vibe. There's tons of entertainment and live music.
It's all like built-in shipping containers, like the decor is crazy. It's outside, there's live music, like there's different sections of food, like here's the Middle Eastern food, here's the Asian food, like here's the classic Australian food, like here's the barbecue stuff. And it's just like all delicious. Like fly over here and go to Eat Street and then fly home. Like,
yeah, if you're a
almost worth
foodie,
it.
you definitely want to go to Eat Street. Oh, we had a real life Bobby, with some of our favorite Aussie friends.
We didn't throw another shrimp on the Bobby. But we did have burgers, steaks, sausages.
We had our first pavlova.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Which was so good. We watched our first cricket game.
Our first 2 cricket matches, by the way.
Amazing.
First one, no clue what was going on. Asked 8,000 questions. Ryan Palm answered every single one of them. Second cricket match, totally understood it and watched a legendary. If you know cricket, here's what you want to know. One dude scored 147 runs in 2020 cricket. If you don't know if you don't know anything about cricket, that sentence made no sense at all. This guy was getting freaking 6s, 4s, every other freaking hit. That's real. Go learn about cricket and then watch this video so you can appreciate what I just said. 147 runs. Just him. 20 over cricket.
We've learned a lot while we've been here. And one of my favorite things about just traveling in general is being able to see the kids have all of these different experiences.
For sure.
They've become like pro at public transportation.
For sure.
Which is like something I never even did until after college. Like, no clue.
Hashtag rich kids.
So it's really fun to watch my kids just go and like tap on the bus, and they're just pros at it. They're super
riding
confident.
Riding the trams. Maverick like kept calling trains trams, and I was like, bro, those are two different things. Like, you gotta like, that's not, you can't just throw these words around. They mean something. And now where we are now, outside of Brisbane, like an hour south, they have trams that run everywhere, and so now he knows what a tram is. Like, he knows everything.
Yeah, it's just really cool for them to learn all of these really cool things, and hopefully have some, you know, be set up for some life lessons.
For sure. They know how to get around. So that's part 1 of our adventures in Brisbane. There's part 2 coming ASAP. So stay tuned for that. And if you liked it, let us know. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a subscribe. Follow us on the journey. We are out of the US for 4 months. Brisbane is just month number 1. So pray for us that we make it all the way to the 4th month. And if they all go as smoothly as the 1st month in Brisbane, then we will be A-okay. And if they don't, we'll be very sad.
Thank you guys for watching. We'll